have you had any discussions with Dr. Stemmer or anyone else acting on behalf of medical specialists to become employed by medical specialists? Calls for a yes or no answer.
Time frame? Oh, yes or no? Yes, I did.
That's all.
Okay, just a quick redirect. Prior to October 1st, 2012, did you have any such discussions
With Dr. Stemmer?
with Dr. Stemmer?
Absolutely not.
Okay. At the time that you made the decision, strike that, prior to the time that you made your decision of whether or not to assign your employment agreement to Franciscan Alliance, had you had any such discussions with Dr. Stemmer?
Absolutely not. I actually can give you the date exactly when the first time it was offered.
If you'd like to give us the date of the discussion.
Absolutely. I got an anonymous call, although I was still having...
Just the date, we'll start
All right. It was June 5th.
June 5th?
2013.
Okay. No further questions.
Thank you.
Done. All right, thank you, Doctor. You wrote that down. Any more witnesses do you have?
We have partial part of a deposition we'd like to read, and we have Ms. Green. That's it.
Okay. Tape, how long will this partial death take?
5 minutes.
All right, I want to read that now, then we'll take a short
Who's the opponent, please?
Suyin Chi. Well, I want to show you the second one. I don't know if it's your policy to swear Mr. Hunt or not. He's reading this.
Sworn in the death. That's a sworn witness.
Okay. Got it done both ways. Okay, let's go page 13. Yeah, that's exactly. Sure. You want a copy of the sheet?
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 of them.
Okay.
Let's set the record of whose death this is and when it's taken.
Your Honor, for the purposes of the record, this is the death of Suyin Chi. It was taken in I believe it's Reston, Virginia. In the presence of myself, Ms. Damatakos, and Mr. Anderson present by telephone. And it was taken on Thursday, August 29, 2013. We're at page 13, line 19. Then what did you do once an offer of employment was extended to you?
I told him that I had another interview in a few days and that I would get back to him as soon as I made a decision.
Who was your other interview with?
It was with the practice in Colorado.
Did you go to Colorado to conduct that interview?
Yes, I did.
I take it that you decided not to accept employment there, or did they not offer you employment there?
I did not accept the position there.
They did offer you a position?
Yes.
What made the difference to you in the Colorado practice versus the practice in Indiana?
A couple of factors. One was the size of the practice. The one in Colorado was just a single practitioner, and the other one was a location because the other one was in Pueblo, Colorado, and that was not what I was looking for.
When you say the size of the practice, the one in Colorado was a single practitioner?
Yes.
What did you believe the size of medical specialists to be?
Much larger. At the time, I had heard that there were about, I believe, 12, 13 infectious disease physicians in addition to physicians of other specialties.
At any time during your interview process with Dr. Stemmer, Meyer, Smith, or Slaughter, I think they spelled it here, Slaughter, but it's Slaughter, did any of them mention to you that medical specialists had sold substantially all of its medically related assets to Franciscan Alliance?
No.
Do you know if at the time did they tell you during your interview process how many doctors there were within medical specialists?
Not within medical specialists, perhaps within the infectious disease department, about at least 10 is what I'm aware of.
Okay, you believe those people work for medical specialists?
Yes.
I'm going to make a distinction for you and ask you if you know the distinction. Do you know the difference between Medical Specialists Inc. PC and a company called Franciscan Medical Specialists?
Not really.
That's fine. If you don't know, you don't know. So the call back to Dr. Stemmer, when do you think that occurred? To talk about accepting the employment.
Less than a week after I first met with him.
Do we go to page 28? Line 1. So do you believe as we sit here today that you're an employee of medical specialists?
Not officially as yet, because again, I haven't started and I'm still waiting on my licensing.
Are you aware that medical specialists entered into a non-competition agreement with Franciscan Alliance?
No.
Have you ever been informed by anyone, or do you know independently that the non-competition area includes a 25-mile radius from the Munster location of medical specialists?
Can you clarify that?
The office you interviewed at in Munster, I think we more or less agreed that it was on 45th Street in Munster, Indiana.
Yes.
Have you ever been informed that there is or was a 25-mile non-compete radius around that location?
The non-compete clause that I was aware of included the zip codes that stated in my contract regarding where the hospital that I would be practicing at were located.
Let me put a finer point on the question. I understand that is a correct assertion of what is in your contract.
Mm-hmm.
Did anyone ever inform you, and I'll sit here today and I'll tell you, that is not in your contract, that medical specialists entered into a non-competition agreement with Franciscan Alliance not to compete with Franciscan Alliance within 25 miles of their facility on 45th Street in Munster, Indiana?
I did not know about that.
I'm going to take this as true, but I need to ask these questions anyway, so try to bear with me. Did anyone ever tell you that Franciscan Alliance and medical specialists agreed to a limited waiver of that non-competition agreement to hire up to 5 physicians?
I did not know about that.
Did anyone inform you or tell you that waiver agreement as to the non-competition between medical specialists and FA could be canceled on 90 days' notice without cause?
I did not know about that.
Did anyone inform you that there could be an issue with your employment if Franciscan Alliance, in fact, decides not to let medical specialists practice in that area?
I do not know that.
That's all I have.
Just a couple, Your Honor. Page 34, line 6. With me?
I'm with you.
So it's my understanding that on or around May 22nd, you received a verbal offer of employment from Dr. Stemmer, which you then accepted.
I received the verbal offer on the 17th.
I'm sorry, the 17th, which you then accepted on the 22nd.
That's correct.
And if possible, are you going to start working earlier than October 1st?
If possible, yes.
What are the contingencies that have to be taken care of before that time?
My medical license, and I also believe my PA license and CSR need to be ready before I can work for a medical specialist. And then the October 1st start date was to get the credentialing and paperwork done as well.
That's all I have.
Why don't we take a short recess?